gases lies in their internal structure. Internal structure, how gases molecules and how liquid molecules behave. Okay, so difference in viscosity will also be reflected because of their behavior. Okay, so what actually happens in liquids is, if we consider laminar flow of liquids, as I told you before also, we consider various layers of liquid. Okay, and each layer, two consecutive, every two consecutive or every two successive layers of liquid will have different velocities, right? And the trend of the velocity difference is like this. At the central layer of the liquid will be having the highest viscosity, and as we keep moving towards the boundary or wall of the pipe or whatever you are taking, okay, wall of the pipe, the viscosity keeps on decreasing. यहाँ पर, sorry, I don't have any diagram here to show you. So this is what we actually mean by laminar flow of liquids. Okay, and every two consecutive layers of liquids, they have a specific viscosity difference between the two, right? And suppose if one layer is moving at a higher speed, compared to next layer, next parallel layer, then we can say that the faster moving layer will have a tendency to resist the movement of the slower moving layer. So this is how viscosity arises in a liquid, right? Is this clear, bache? This is the basic reason, this is the basic origin behind a liquid having viscosity. I repeat once again, a faster moving layer, a faster moving consecutive layer will have a tendency to resist. No, sorry, slowly. Sorry. The slower moving layer will have a tendency to resist the movement of the faster moving layer. Okay. So that's why there develops a velocity gradient between two consecutive layers, right? But if you want to define viscosity, viscosity is defined in terms of that force. Some force will be required to maintain a constant velocity difference between two consecutive layers. So coefficient of viscosity is defined in terms of that force. Okay. So but how it is different in gases? How gases velocity is different from liquid velocity is, since all of you know it, the gas molecules are always in random motion. The molecules of liquid are also in motion, but they are not that much in random motion as compared to liquids, as compared to gases, right? So gases molecules are always in random motion, and they always undergo collision with each other and also with the walls of the container. Okay, so that's why when gas flows, what will happen? There will also be a transfer of momentum from between molecules of one layer and molecules of another of the other layer. Okay, so this is the reason behind, and again here also, if we consider the gas to be consisting of various layers, okay, so the slower moving layer will again have a tendency to decrease the movement of the faster moving layer, and यहाँ पे there will be a role played by the transfer or change momentum between the molecules of two layers. So this is the basic difference between viscosity of gases and viscosity of liquids. तो यहाँ पर किसी को कुछ पूछना है? Bad network is
मैम
being
could you
shown. Can you hear me?
एक बार रिपीट
Is
कर
my
दीजिए.
voice my voice was
yes
clear or not? Is it still clear?
Ma'am, it was
no
sometime
ma'am
breaking.
The basic difference between, you want me to repeat the difference between viscosity of gases and that of liquids, right? This is the point which you want me to
Yes,
repeat, right? In case of liquids, the liquid as a whole flows, right? The layer as a whole is flowing because hardly the molecules of one layer is intermixing with the molecules of other layer. Is this okay? Is this fine?
yes, ma'am.
And
yes
there
ma'am
is nothing like collision happening between the molecules of a liquid. So that's why there is no role played by the momentum of the molecules. So whatever viscosity is there in case of liquids is due to the difference in the velocities of two consecutive layers, and slower moving layer will try to pull pull down, not downwards, pull backwards the faster moving layer. So this creates a velocity gradient between any two parallel or consecutive layers, right? So this is the origin behind viscosity of liquids. But what happens in gases is In addition to this factor, there is another factor which due to the movement of the gas molecules. The gas molecules of one layer can mix with the due to their random motion. They can move. They can always mix or mingle with the molecules of the other layer also. And in that movement, there occurs collision of molecules between collision between the molecules of various layers. So that's why whenever there is collision, there will always be an exchange or transfer of momentum from one molecule to another. So that's why a very great role is being played by momentum in case of gases in case of viscosity of gases, which makes it different from viscosity of liquids. Okay, is this okay? तो ये फैक्टर हमें मतलब we have to consider the factor of change in momentum in while discussing viscosity of gases, which is different from viscosity of liquids. ठीक है? Is this okay? In the morning we were discussing about viscosity of liquids, so now you'll be able to find out the difference because in morning itself we were discussing. ठीक है? Is this okay बच्चे for both batch 1 and batch 2? Yes, ma'am. So batch 2, I am assuming that all of you are having enough idea about what actually is viscosity of liquids. So I'm not going into much detail. अभी आएंगे वो details भी अभी अपने आप ही आ जाएगा इसमें. ठीक है? I think we can move ahead now. ठीक है? And now I told you that viscosity in terms of gas also, in terms of liquid also, since a velocity gradient, a random velocity gradient will be developed between any two consecutive layers, whether it is gas or liquid. So therefore, we need to apply some force so that we can get a constant velocity gradient between any two layers. So, okay. So coefficient of viscosity is defined in terms of that force. Okay. So definition goes like this. Viscosity is defined in terms of the force which is required to maintain a constant velocity gradient among the layers. Okay. And this force is known as tangential force. Why we call it tangential force? Because since the suppose if a liquid layer is moving forward, right, and a slower moving layer will try to bring it backward. This is called resistance due to the friction, right? And the force which is going to be applied in a direction which is opposite to the flow of the liquid. So this type of force is known as the tangential force. Is this okay, bache? If a force is applied in a direction which is opposite to the flow of the liquid, then that kind of force is known as the tangential force. Okay. And this tangential force F depends upon various two factors. First is area of contact between the two consecutive layers. तो यही आ रहा है, यही सब factors आप लोगों ने भी discuss करे होंगे batch 2 people also. The tangential force depends upon the area of contact between the two consecutive layers. And यहाँ पर F आ गया, ये F गलती से आ गया, ठीक है. And also the velocity gradient du upon dz. ठीक है. So when we try to write it in terms of equation, F is directly proportional to A du upon dz. ठीक है. Directly proportional to A and directly proportional to du upon dz. So if we further classify du upon dz को, it is, we can say that F is proportional to du inversely proportional to dz. यहाँ पर dz जो है is the distance between any two layers. ठीक है. So F is equal to eta A du upon dz at constant temperature. I think you must be familiar with these equations. एक बार लिख लो इसको. कोई किसी को डाउट है इसको समझने में तो we can discuss again. Is it okay, bache? I think you must also be knowing the reasons also behind why the force is directly proportional to area of contact A. Why it is inversely proportional to dz, that is the distance between the this two layers. Can anybody tell me why F is proportional to A? So I can confirm that all things are clear with you. Hello? Why is this force F proportional to A? I'll point out one of them. Then from batch 2, who is there in batch 2? Batch 2 में Harish, are you there in batch 2?
Yes, ma'am.
हरीश, आप बता सकते हो कि ये जो फोर्स जो है टेंजेंशियल फोर्स, ये why is it directly proportional to A? Why not inversely proportional?
I don't have a clear idea, ma'am. Sorry.
Does anybody have a clear idea in batch 2?
Excuse
I'll
me,
come to
ma'am.
batch 1 also.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, tell me your name first. I can't see from here.
This is Nikita. Nikita from batch 2.
Yes, Nitika, बोल लो आप.
Ma'am, A is the area of cross section, and when we apply the force, so the amount of force will be proportional to the area of cross section.
So why I'm asking why should it be directly proportional to, why not inversely proportional?
Ma'am, because the area of contact for providing the force will be more, and then the force will also be high.
वो तो पता चल रहा है. why ये F डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू A का मतलब ही वही है ना कि जितना ज्यादा एरिया ऑफ कांटेक्ट होगी उतना ज्यादा फोर्स चाहिए होगा आपको. माय क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई शुड इट बी?
मैम.
यस, हु इज दिस?
मैम
विकास, बोलिए.
Ma'am, when we say this, that when we increase the area, the number of molecules interacting can be increased, so the force will increase.
Yes, मतलब you are talking in a very roundabout way. Can I ask one of the batch 1 students, क्या पता मेरी खुद की students को भी पता ना हो. Vishakha, can you tell me how did I explain to you how why F is directly proportional to A? Vishakha, Uppal.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, more will be the area of between of the layers interacting. So more will be the force required to maintain a constant velocity gradient.
You're very close to the answer. Let me ask another. Shrishti Yadav.
यस मैम.
हाँ जी, बोलिए.
मैम मेरा भी विशाखा जैसे ही वही था मेरा.
नहीं, विशाखा जैसे ही है, बताओ तो सही.
ओके मैम.
आई वांट टू हियर. बोलो.
ओके मैम, सॉरी. अगर फोर्स डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है एरिया के, फोर्स ज्यादा होगा तो जो मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच में कांटेक्ट ऑफ एरिया है, जो इंटरेक्शन के लिए जो वेलोसिटी ग्रेडियंट होगा, उसको कैसे बोलूं मैं?
सुनते नहीं हो आप लोग. जब मैं चिल्ला. हाँ जी, बोलिए. हु इज दिस?
मैम शिवानी फ्रॉम बैच 2.
ओके, शिवानी बोलिए.
मैम एरिया, मोर इज द एरिया. तो मैम जो लेयर्स होंगी वो नंबर ऑफ लेयर्स भी ज्यादा होंगे, तो उसके अंदर जो मैम ड्रैग फोर्स या विस्कस फोर्स.
नो. हु इज टेलिंग यू नंबर ऑफ लेयर्स? नंबर ऑफ लेयर्स के हम बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे. हम वी आर टॉकिंग द नंबर ऑफ लेयर्स इज फिक्स्ड हियर. 2 लेयर्स के बीच में एरिया ऑफ कांटेक्ट की बात हो रही है. आई जस्ट वांट टू मेक थिंग्स क्लियर टू यू. हाँ, बोलो आप. मोर एरिया ऑफ कांटेक्ट होंगे तो
मैम जो विस्कस फोर्स या ड्रैग फोर्स होगा मैम, वो ज़्यादा चाहिए होगा उन वेलोसिटी ग्रेडियंट को मेंटेन करने के लिए, क्योंकि मैम जितना एरिया ज़्यादा होगा वेलोसिटी और उतनी ज़्यादा स्पीड से ट्रैवल करेगी.
उतनी ज़्यादा स्पीड से. I'm not satisfied with any of your answers. I don't know why. Is there anybody who can explain to me in detail? हाँ, बोलो.
अगर सरफेस एरिया ज्यादा होगा
Who
ना.
Who is this?
शाहरुख.
What is your name? शाहरुख. हाँ.
मैम अगर सरफेस एरिया ज्यादा होगा ना, तो जो मॉलिक्यूल इंटरेक्ट करेंगे ना, उनके बीच में इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर फोर्स लगेगा, तो वो भी ज्यादा होगा.
शाहरुख, you are in which batch are you in?
मैम 2 में.
Okay. ठीक है, बोलो.
तो मैम फोर्स ज्यादा होगा, इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स लगेगा ना मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच में, तो वो ज्यादा होगा, इसकी वजह से स्पीड जो है ज्यादा डिक्रीज होगी, तो इसलिए डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है।
वही तो, that's what he is saying. Intermolecular, you have to explain viscous force, viscosity जो है, it is something which is related to the intermolecular, which arises due to the intermolecular force of attraction between the various layers, और between the various layers के बीच में intermolecular force of attraction किसके वजह से आ रही है? This is nothing but due to the force of interaction between the various molecules. Greater the intermolecular force of attraction, whatever the case में, चाहे आप एरिया के बारे में बात कर रहे हो या डिस्टेंस के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, वेलोसिटी डिफरेंस के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, whatever the reason, whatever the factor may be, greater the intermolecular force of attraction between the two layers, greater will be the force which is required. इतना ज़्यादा force चाहिए होगा आपको in order to maintain a constant velocity difference. And obviously, when you increase the area of contact increase करना मतलब you are increasing the number of molecules. When you increase the number of molecules, the intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules of those two layers will increase. So that's why we will require more amount of force in order to maintain a constant velocity gradient. Is it fine, बच्चे? If anybody asks you, can explain how the variation is like this. Is it okay now? मतलब,
Yes, ma'am.
am I able to clear your doubts? Doubts तो थे, I know, because I
could
can
you
very
repeat
easily
once, ma'am?
clarify from your answer that you have doubts, but you people don't ask me. क्या repeat करूं? Answer पूरा?
Uh,
You want to
the
write
part
it?
where no, yes, ma'am.
The part where?
The part after intermolecular force of attraction. So
You should know the relation between what is this force. This tangential force is nothing but the force which is required to maintain constant velocity difference, right? So greater the force of interaction between the two layers, greater will be the force that will be required. ठीक है? So when you increase the area of contact, the number of molecules in each of the layers will also be more. So greater the number of molecules, greater will be the intermolecular force of attraction, right? So greater will be the force that will be required to maintain the constant velocity difference. That is the link between these two. Is it okay now? The similar reasoning
Okay,
goes
ma'am.
for
Thank you, ma'am.
direct proportionality with du also, and inverse proportionality with dz also. Du के लिए, if the velocity difference between the two layers is very high, then again higher force will be required to maintain constant velocity difference. dz, if they are far apart from each other, we will require a lesser amount of force, क्योंकि मतलब intermolecular force of attraction इसमें कम हो जाएंगे. If they are close apart, high intermolecular force will be there, and lower amount of force, smaller amount of force will be required again. So you should know all these reasons. ठीक है? So इसको when we remove the proportionality sign, f is equal to eta a du upon dx. So the constant of proportionality here which is appearing is what you call the coefficient of viscosity of the given fluid at a given temperature, because ये सारे चीजें जो dependent जो है ये constant temperature पे ही है. If you change the temperature, will be changed. ठीक है? So this is how definition of coefficient of viscosity goes, and what are the various factors on which it depends upon. Right. अच्छा, वन थिंग, ये ना मैंने प्रैक्टिकल वाली स्लाइड से कॉपी पेस्ट करी थी, सो देयर विल बी सम डिफरेंस. ये जहाँ जहाँ du upon dx लिखा हुआ है ना, आप लोग du upon dz कर देना, ठीक है? Because now I'm going to explain the basis of dz. सेम ही है, बस वेरिएबल चेंज किया है बस, because later I'm going to use dz only. ठीक है? ये तो आई थिंक बैच 1 वालों ने पहले भी मतलब दे मस्ट हैव रिटन आल्सो, सो आप लोग भी लिख लो सारे. Same goes here also, that's why I put the same slide only. I don't think any doubt here. तो ये जो मैंने ट्रांसपोजिशन करी है कुछ eta is equal to f upon a du upon d, this is just to have a definition of eta. So from this we can have a definition of eta like this. So eta can be defined as the force divided by a, that's why per unit area, divided by du upon dx, so that's why per unit velocity gradient. So this is how the definition of eta goes technically. अगर दो लिक्विड लेयर्स के बीच में, अगर आपके पास इफ यू हैव टू लिक्विड लेयर्स एंड ईच ऑफ द लेयर इज ऑफ यूनिट एरिया, सरफेस एरिया दोनों की यूनिटी है सपोज, एंड दोनों के बीच में जो डिस्टेंस का गैप जो है यूनिट डिस्टेंस है, एंड वेलोसिटी ग्रेडियंट भी सपोज यूनिट वेलोसिटी डिफरेंस है, दैट्स हाउ यू कॉल यूनिट वेलोसिटी ग्रेडियंट व्हेन du is equal to 1, dx is equal to 1. So in that case the coefficient of viscosity is equal to the force. ठीक है. Shall I remove this slide? In units है, and units में this unit 9 second per centimeter square is called 1 poise, ठीक है, which is a very big unit, and this is the SI unit, ठीक है. The centipoise, the other units were centipoise, millipoise, micropoise also. Try to convert to have a relation between CGS and SI unit also. 1 poise is equal to how many SI units? एक बार आप calculate कर लेना. 1 SI unit is equal to how many poise? Let's try to do it.
10 poise. 10 poise.
So I think. So now let's come to viscosity of gases, which is the main topic here. Right. The viscosity of liquids के लिए जितना हमने study करे थे, the variations किस पे depend है, वो सब same है up till now, ठीक है. But there is one more addition, as I told you in the beginning of the class also. In case of gases, which is due to the momentum of the gases, ठीक है, due to their random motion. तो first में ही लिखा है देखो, this viscosity of gases arises due to transfer of momentum between consecutive layers of gas, ठीक है. So let's first focus on this diagram. आप लोग ये diagram draw कर लो पहले, giving you time. These are the three coordinate axes. X, this is y direction, this is z direction. ठीक है. So here I have drawn 3 consecutive layers. So we are focusing on the reference layer. जो बीच वाली layer जो है ना, PP dash वाली layer. So this is the reference layer we are talking about. जिसकी velocity है uz. PP dash वाली plane जो है, we call it plane also, we can call it layer also. It is moving with a horizontal velocity uz, ठीक है. And इसके ऊपर और नीचे 2 और layers मैंने discuss करी है, QQ dash plane and RR dash plane, ठीक है. QQ dash layer जो है, it is moving with a higher velocity and it is greater by an amount lambda into du upon dz, ठीक है. And ये वाली RR dash वाली layer जो है, it is moving with a lesser velocity uz minus lambda du upon dz. So these are the 3 layers we have considered, in which the middle layer is our reference layer, ठीक है. And the flow of the liquid we are assuming to be in the x direction. मतलब ये जो gas जो है, इसकी overall flow जो है, it is in the x direction. This is what this diagram means. So have you drawn the diagram? Shall we start explaining? अबे लिखो नहीं कुछ भी, just draw the diagram only. You start writing when I start explaining to you.
Yes, ma'am, drawn.
ठीक है. So यहाँ पे one thing you should know, we should be clear is यहाँ पर जो velocity uz लिया है ना मैंने, uz is not the velocity of a molecule. ठीक है, यहाँ पर दो तरीके के velocity है. One is velocity of the layer of the liquid, which is always here in the horizontal, in the positive x direction. One is the velocity of a molecule, जो कि which keeps on changing instantaneously with time. The average velocity u bar जो है, this is the velocity of a molecule which we have been discussing in the beginning in Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution, in calculating root mean square. So ये velocity है u bar, which is the velocity of the molecule. ठीक है, but यहाँ पर uz जो है, it is not equal to the velocity of the molecule. It is the velocity of that layer. Is that fine? So obviously velocity of that layer is very small as compared to u bar, which is the velocity of the molecule. Is this okay, बच्चे? Difference between uz and u bar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, uz का direction जो है, since you are taking the movement of the flow of the liquid in the x direction, it is always assumed that uz will always move in the x direction. We'll try to move in the horizontal in the x direction. ठीक है, and this layer, this is a layer which is moving at a higher speed, q dash. This will try to increase the speed of this layer. ये इसको आगे लेकर जाने की कोशिश करेगा, ये वाला layer, and ये वाला layer r dash जो है, it will try to pull it backwards. This is how these two layers are trying to have its effect on the reference layer. QQ plane will try to move this PP plane in the forward direction, while this RR dash plane will try to move this PP plane reference layer towards the backward direction, because due to the difference in the speed of QQ dash is greater than speed of PP dash, and again speed of RR dash is less than speed of PP dash. This is actually what is happening in case of liquids also, right? The liquid case में internal friction की वजह से होता था. Here the transfer of momentum will also play a role in case of gases. ठीक है, I think it is fine. So what is going to happen here in additional is molecules in this layer QQ dash में जो molecules है, they're going to come downwards also. जितने भी molecules है यहाँ पे, they will come downwards also, and the molecules present on PP dash will try to go upwards also. Similarly, between these two layers also, molecules on RR plane will try to come upwards to PP dash plane, and molecules of PP dash plane will try to come below also. So this is the reason why there will be exchange of momentum between the various molecules present in the two layers. ठीक है, तो यही चीज हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. इसको हम क्वांटिफाई करेंगे in the sense कि we're going to express in terms of magnitude. Then only we'll be able to find out the expression for velocity, right?
Excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ जी, बोलो.
U bar जो थी वो average velocity of the gas molecule है.
हाँ जी.
Okay.
Uz is the velocity of the flow of one layer. ये जो बीच वाली layer जो है ना, when this layer as a whole moves in this direction, x direction, it is moving with the velocity uz. But u bar जो है, it is the usual average velocity that we have been discussing since the beginning. That is average velocity of the molecules of the gas. ठीक है? Is this okay? तो इसीलिए यहाँ पर मैंने mention किया uz is very small as compared to u bar. Obviously, flow of the layer of the liquid will be very small, will be very slow as compared to the speed of the gas molecule. क्योंकि gas molecules move very fast in a random manner. ठीक है? U bar, which is the average velocity of the gas molecules. ठीक है? So वही सब लिखा है जो मैंने अभी verbally बताया. Consider the molecules which will cross the PP dash plane in unit time. ठीक है? So now what we are going to do is we're going to consider कि how many number of molecules will cross this plane from the upper plane and from the lower plane. If we have an idea about how many number of molecules are crossing this plane upwards and downwards, then we will be able to find how much change in momentum will be there due to this exchange of molecules. ठीक है? बस यही derive करने की कोशिश करेंगे हम. राइट. सो नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स, ये वाला वैल्यू जो है अभी बताती हूँ. नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स क्रॉसिंग पर यूनिट एरिया ऑफ द रेफरेंस प्लेन पर यूनिट टाइम अपवर्ड्स और डाउनवर्ड्स इज गिवन बाय दिस. तो ये वाला फैक्टर जो है ना आपको डिराइव करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज ये डेरिवेशन जो है यू एन स्टार अपॉन बार जो है दिस हैज बीन डिराइव, दिस विल बी डिराइव इन एमएससी लेवल. ये केल कपूर वॉल्यूम 5 में एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ है इसकी फुल डेरिवेशन. बट आप लोग आई थिंक बीएससी में तो इसकी कोई डेरिवेशन नहीं है. बीएससी लेवल में, एमएससी लेवल में जाके यू विल डिराइव दिस. ठीक है. कायदे से तो ये यू एन स्टार अपॉन 6 आना चाहिए. द रीजन इज we consider all the molecules. Suppose, listen to me very carefully. N star क्या है? N star is the number of molecules present per unit volume, right? But if we talk about how many molecules will be crossing upwards, passing upwards, or will be passing downwards, इसका मतलब ये है कि we are considering molecules which are moving in just one particular direction only. ठीक है? So suppose if we consider how many number of molecules will cross this plane, suppose downwards. इसका मतलब है कि we are considering the movement, the motion of a molecule which is in the z direction, then also in the minus z direction, negative z direction में how many molecules are traveling. So if we divide this into to the various coordinate planes, what will happen? N dash upon u n dash upon 6 आना चाहिए, because x plus x minus x, y plus y minus z, z can be plus y minus y. So there are 6 directions in which a molecule can move. ठीक है. तो 1/6 होना चाहिए. So that's why it should come to u bar n star upon 6. But it has been calculated, is derived on the basis of some what you call a branch of science which is known as statistical thermodynamics. उसके according ये वाला calculate किया है, which is not there in your syllabus. So just learn this expression as it is. ठीक है. तो इसको derive कर, यहाँ पे derive करने का scope नहीं है आपके syllabus में. Is it okay, बच्चे? Learn तो करोगे आप लोग, but you should have this thing in mind also. कि you मतलब if you think logically it should be u bar n star upon 6, but they have made some assumptions there. After that they have arrived at this formula, u bar n star upon 4. So what is this? This is the number of molecules crossing per unit area of the reference plane per unit time upwards or downwards. तो इतना है. These are the number of molecules. Is this clear up to this?
Can you repeat why should it be u bar n star upon 6?
Upon 6 or upon 4 का तो मैंने बताया. This is derived based on statistical thermodynamics derivation. ठीक है. Why it should be 6 is, if we think logically, n star. What is n star? N star is the number of molecules per unit volume. Suppose if we are taking this thing as a whole as one unit volume. ठीक है. So suppose n star is the total number of molecules. ठीक है. Within this unit volume V. ठीक है. So now how many molecules out of those n star with velocity u bar will be coming downwards? So this will be u n star divided by 6, because for a molecule to be moving in any direction, the possibility is 1/6. Is that okay? It may be either in the z direction में अगर जा रहा है वो, तो it can go either in plus z direction or minus z direction. Y direction में अगर जा रहा है तो plus y or minus y. Similarly with x also. So the whole value actually should have been divided by 6. That is the reason what I was saying.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, that is it. चलो, if it is clear to you, so now let's see कि when this much molecule, इसका मतलब ये है कि this much number of molecules are moving downwards and this much number of molecules are moving upwards from RR plane to PP plane. This much number of molecules are moving downwards from QQ dash plane to PP dash plane, right? So we will see कि when this number of molecules move upwards or when this number of molecules move downwards, how much will be the change in momentum. ठीक है. तो उसके पहले तो we will see when amount of horizontal momentum coming up through a unit area per unit time. mu bar मैंने ऊपर ये arrow ऊपर लिखा है so that it can represent molecules moving upwards. So इसके लिए multiply m. This is the number of molecules. I'm multiplying by m, mass of a single molecule. So m. This will give you the total mass of those molecules. Okay, and velocity will be, since these are moving upwards, so these are moving from this plane with a velocity, this much velocity. So this is the amount of horizontal momentum which is being coming up through a unit area per unit time. अच्छा चीज और यहाँ पर why this lambda term is coming up here, this I didn't explain, I think. So what actually is this lambda? Have you come across this lambda term before also?
Mean free path.
Mean free path. So how do you define mean free path? It is the distance traveled by a molecule before another collision.
Between successive collisions.
Between two successive collisions, or before one collision is made, the distance traveled by a molecule after one collision before another collision is made. This is how we talk, right? So distance between these two, suppose, is lambda, right? So only those molecules will come down, or only those molecules will come up which are at a distance lambda from this plane. I think this concept should also be clear to you. Okay, we are considering three planes here. One central plane is the reference plane. Another two planes which are one is an upper plane, another is a lower, is in the downward position, right? And distance between each of the successive planes is lambda. Okay, so that's why क्योंकि ये du upon dz जो है, this was without lambda, because here while I was defining this coefficient of viscosity, it was defined in terms of unit velocity gradient, right? But here lambda term is written because distance between them is lambda. And why lambda is being considered here? Because before, suppose one molecule is here, okay, and this molecule has to collide with another molecule here in the reference plane, okay, and unless the distance between them is lambda, if the distance between these two molecules, between these two layers, is less than greater than lambda, then these two molecules will not collide. ये पहुंच ही नहीं पाएंगे यहाँ तक collision के लिए. That is how the definition of mean free path goes, right? It is the distance traveled between two successive collisions. So that's why only those molecules, suppose if we consider a layer QQ dash plane, only those molecules will be able to arrive this plane PP dash which are at a distance lambda from PP dash. Is this okay? अगर हमने कोई और molecule choose किया, if we voice क्या हुआ? Voice again is it breaking?
No ma'am, fine.
If we choose one molecule which is at a distance greater than lambda, which lambda is your mean free path, then that molecule will not be able to reach this layer PP dash in order to make another collision with a molecule on PP dash. So that's why we have chosen lambda as a distance between this two and this two. Okay, so this expression is giving you
Excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ जी बोलो.
वहां पर माइनस साइन है और नीचे प्लस साइन है.
ये अच्छा we are talking about this layer to this layer, sorry. ये RR dash plane, PP dash plane. I was explaining about this upper plane only. For this particular expression, this is exchange of momentum between the below layer and this middle layer. ठीक है? Coming up है ना, तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक जा रहा है. I was explaining generally about the exchange of molecules. ठीक है? Same here, explanation goes for the lower layer also. Only those molecules which are at a distance lambda from this plane will be able to undergo collision with this when they come up. When they come down, if we discuss about this layer, the molecules will come down. If we discuss about this plane, the molecules will come up. But distance should be lambda between them, so as the molecules to undergo collision. Okay? So similarly here also, amount of horizontal momentum coming up through a unit area per unit time is this. So we will see, so this is the momentum when it comes up, this is the momentum when it goes down. So we'll see how much change of momentum will be there. in the horizontal motion. Net change of momentum per unit time will be, यहाँ पर मैंने बताया था, you can subtract from first one to, we can subtract second from first from minus, but you should take this thing absolute mode sign. ठीक है? So that's why I've used the word net change of momentum. The net change of momentum per unit time is equal to, इसको आप other way round भी कर सकते हो, which is giving you this.
मैम
हाँ जी बोलो.
मैम, what is the difference between lambda and dz?
Lambda and dz. Okay. dz जो है, it is the unit difference in एक second. If we go back here, ठीक है? Liquid के case में what we did was, we did not need to take any lambda, because in liquid every consecutive layer जो है, we assume that they are unit distance apart. यहाँ पर dz जो है is the unit distance, right? But here unit distance लेने से फायदा नहीं है, because even though they are present at a unit distance, those molecules will not be able to collide. Suppose अगर वो unit distance dj जो अगर यहाँ है, so that's why we are going to explain our collision on the basis of the mean free path. How many number of molecules will go down, how many number of molecules will come up, we have to explain on the basis of the mean free path. This is the only quantity of magnitude that we have with us. कितने number of molecules के साथ collision होगा. That's why we multiply it by lambda. We arbitrarily choose a layer which is at a distance lambda. ठीक है? Where dz is the distance between any two consecutive layers. Is this okay? यहाँ पर lambda इसलिए हमने deliberately इसलिए choose किया, because when we have lambda, we can always have the magnitude, how many number of molecules will come down, how many number of molecules will move up. हाँ जी, plus minus का who is asking?
मैम हर्ष.
हाँ, क्या पूछ रहे हो हर्ष?
मैम जो PP डैश लेयर है मैम, वो UZ कुछ छोटी सी वेलोसिटी से जा रहा आगे, तो उसको एक ड्रैग लग रहा है, तो लेकिन उसकी ड्रैग कम कर रहा है ऊपर वाली लेयर, और नीचे वाली
लेयर कम कर रहा है, ऊपर वाली लेयर जो है it will be increasing its speed.
ठीक है, समझ गए. वॉइस नहीं आ रही आपकी.
मैम यू आर नॉट
वॉइस.
Ma'am, your mic is off.
Hello, sorry, I got disconnected. After 1 hour or so, the network start giving answer. Am I audible to you now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Very heated discussion was going on viscosity of gases, right? Let me show you the. Acha, Harish, you were asking something?
मैम हर्ष.
Acha, Harsh, sorry. Harish is also there. What were you asking?
मैम मतलब दिस इज जस्ट लाइक द लिक्विड ओनली मैम, की जो नीचे वाली लेयर है वो ड्रैग कर रही है और आगे वाली
ये तो लिक्विड जैसा ही है. अब the only thing is liquid में transfer momentum नहीं होता, right? In case of gases, exchange momentum is there. because the movement of the gas molecules from one layer to another. ठीक है? Liquid में ये है कि there is only the internal friction between the because of the molecular attraction. ठीक है? कोई एक molecule एक layer से दूसरे layer पे नहीं जा रहा in case of liquid.
Okay.
So वही सब डिस्कस कर रहे हैं हम कि ट्रांसफर मोमेंटम की वजह से क्या क्या चेंज आ रहा है. What all things we need to calculate. Where is my presentation? डाउट किसी को? ये थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी है ये वाला पार्ट. किसी को कोई डाउट और गर्ल्स बॉयज इज हैविंग एनी प्रॉब्लम अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
मैम यस मैम आई हैव अ डाउट. मैम ये कोलिजन की वजह से मैम इसकी वेलोसिटी में चेंज कैसे आ रहा है मैम? मतलब मॉलिक्यूल्स ऊपर जा रहे हैं नीचे आ रहे हैं तो उसकी जो हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी है उसमें कैसे चेंज आ रहा है मैम?
यहाँ पर हम we are talking about the overall change in the movement of the layer, movement of the velocity of the layer. Okay, this is the question you're asking me. Are you Vikas?
No ma'am, uncle.
Uncle, हाँ. This is what you were asking. कि because of the collisions, right? What is your exact question?
मैम कोलिजन जो हो रहा है मैम वो z डायरेक्शन में हो रहा है, मतलब जो मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं वो प्लस माइनस z डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं, तो उसकी वजह से x डायरेक्शन में जो वेलोसिटी है वो कैसे चेंज हो रही है?
अच्छा, मैं समझ गई. We are not considering about the change in velocity of a molecule due to the collision. We are discussing about the change in the velocity of a layer. ठीक है? Suppose is also having its random motion in any of the 3 direction, any of the 6 directions, let me say, including the negative axis also, right? But overall, that molecule, all the molecules constituting one layer, they will also have a drag towards the x direction, towards the horizontal direction, because the horizontal movement of one liquid, one layer. Is this clear? I'll go ahead after this. दो तरीके के मोशन है यहाँ पे, ठीक है? एक तो मूवमेंट ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल्स व्हिच कैन मूव इन एनी डायरेक्शन, और कोलिजन कोलाइड करेंगे तो दे विल बी चेंज इन मोमेंटम. दिस इज वन टाइप ऑफ मोशन. अनदर मोशन इज द if we consider the layer as a whole, the layer itself is also moving in the x direction, positive x direction, suppose. So that layer is also made up of molecules, like, so that particular molecule will be having 2 types of motion. One motion is which is trying to move in the random direction. Another is motion is a fluid. ठीक है? Here we are talking about that horizontal drag only. We are not talking about the motion of the molecule. But that horizontal drag, that will again be related to the random motion of the molecule also, because if that random motion doesn't occur, there will not be exchange of momentum. Right? Is it okay? Here we're focusing on the horizontal drag. Horizontal motion की ही velocity है यहाँ पे, uz minus, uz plus और uz जो है, this is the velocity of that horizontal motion only of the whole layer of the fluid. ठीक है? Is this okay or not, uncle?
Ma'am, but in that velocity we multiplied m mu bar n by 4, which is mass of मतलब जो vertically वो कर रहे हैं, vertically move कर रहे हैं. तो हम ये
नहीं यहाँ पे u bar जो है ना, don't get confused with it. यहाँ पर जो u bar factor आ रहा है ना, this is only because due to the number of molecules, this term inside the bracket is just giving you the number of molecules. जितने number of molecules moving at velocity u bar, which is moving downwards or which are moving upwards, we multiply those number of molecules with m, we get the total number of molecules which are moving upward. उतने number of molecules को हम उस layer की velocity से multiply करेंगे, then we will get the momentum change, mass into velocity. So here in this expression, एक second. Here in this expression, we are talking about the momentum of this whole layer which is moving in this x direction, which is consisting of this many number of molecules. जिसके mass will be given by this, which are moving with a velocity. The whole layer is moving with this velocity. This is what I'm talking about. Which is moving upwards here like this. So this whole layer as a whole, when it collides with the molecules here, will try to have an effect on the movement of this reference layer. I hope I'm clear now.
Yes, ma'am.
अगर liquid state के बारे में बात करते तो we would not have to discuss all this. कितने number of molecules है उस liquid के एक particular layer में and how many molecules are, because उसमें one we are considering one layer as a whole और यहाँ पर कोई exchange नहीं हो रहा liquid के case में. But here we need to discuss this. We have to go into this much detail because since these gas molecules will collide with each other, there will be a difference in the viscosity also. So that's why we're discussing this. But in this expression, you should know that these number of molecules are there in this layer. If we multiply this number of molecules by m, it will give you the mass of all the molecules which is present in this layer. And we multiply this by its velocity along the horizontal motion. It will give you the momentum of this whole layer as a whole, which is going to come upwards. ठीक है? Similarly with the upper layer also. Fine. Suren, don't get confused with the movement of the average velocity of the molecule with the velocity of the horizontal movement, that is the flow of the gas. ठीक है? यहाँ पर U bar term आ रहा है, that's why you must be getting confused. U bar term इसलिए दिख रहा है यहाँ पे because we are discussing a number of molecules with moving with how much velocity. ठीक है? So change, net change momentum ये आ गया, माइनस करोगे तो if यहाँ पर कोई negative term appear हो रहा है, negative sign, तो you have to take the absolute value of it. ठीक है? So this is net change momentum per unit time. So net change momentum per unit time is the rate of change momentum which is equal to force. So that's why F is equal to this. So this very term जो है can now be equated to the force. ठीक है? And we have another expression of force from the viscosity we have already done before. F is equal to a du upon dz. So that's why this can be equated to this. ठीक है? So उसके बाद we can have an expression for eta here. ये है. यहाँ पर rho is the density of the medium which I get by replacing by multiplying m with n star. How this rho, how we're getting it replaced by rho, is it clear or not? Clear नहीं है तो I'll explain. Is it okay बच्चे? लिख लिया? नहीं?
Ma'am, please explain that row one again.
That row वाला term, right? यहाँ तक you have written up to this, all of you. तो देखो mn star. Now he is replacing mn star with rho, which is the density of the medium, density of the gas. We can see, right? Density is nothing but mass by volume. Total mass of the gas divided by total volume will give you the density of the medium, right? Density. So n star is nothing. N star क्या है? N star is total n divided by volume.
Per unit volume.
Number of molecules per, right? So अगर आप m mass of all the molecules divided by volume, this will give you density, right? mn यहाँ पर m से multiply करोगे तो total mass divided by total volume, which is nothing but the density, right?
Okay.
Okay. हाँ. तो यहाँ पर this mean free path term lambda term is appearing in the expression for eta, right? इसका मतलब ये है कि the mean free path, that how much distance a molecule will travel before any two successive collisions is making an impact on the viscosity of the medium, right? So what we can infer from this is, if the mean free path is less, so if the mean free path is less का मतलब practically what will it mean? Lesser mean free path का मतलब क्या होना चाहिए?
And greater density.
If the space between the molecules, the distance between the molecules or the space between the molecules is less, lambda will also be less, right? If मतलब कि density of the molecules is high, a molecule will travel lesser distance before the next collision, right? So in that case, eta, there is obviously, in that case, when the density of the molecule is high, the coefficient of viscosity will also be high. So this rho जो है, it is also related to the lambda factor also, the mean free path.
अगर मीन फ्री पाथ कम होगा तो विस्कोसिटी ज्यादा होगी ना?
हाँ, that is why how it is proportional. तो मीन फ्री पाथ कम होने का practically मतलब ये है कि if the distance between the molecules is less or density is high, so all this density and lambda are also interrelated. What I'm saying is higher rho मतलब lesser lambda. हाँ, चलो. So this part is also very important. I think if you are going through the question papers I provided you, you must be seeing all these questions as it is. आया हुआ direct, derive an expression for viscosity of a gas, and normal standard questions है. Derive the expression for viscosity of a gas. उसके बाद discuss the effect of temperature and pressure on the viscosity of gas. फिर उसके बाद another section में there may be part A, part B में you may be numerical based on viscosity of gas. So this is how it goes. So now how temperature and pressure affect the viscosity of a gas. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए what we can do is, ये जो expression जो है, छोटा सा expression जो है, it can be further deduced so that we can get in terms of simpler factors like temperature, pressure के terms में आ जाए, right? So U bar को भी expression से replace कर सकते हो. U bar is equal to root over 8 kT upon pi m. Lambda is equal to this we have already derived. तो सारे replace करके देखो आप लोग whether you're getting this expression or not.
मैम ये कैपिटल एम गिवन होगा ना?
Molar mass.
मोलर मास
दिस शुड बी हाँ MRT आना चाहिए इसमें फिर.
यस मैम.
या तो एक सेकंड, चेंज अकॉर्डिंगली. मैंने स्मॉल m लिखा है ना यहाँ पे, तो इसको स्मॉल m कर दो. फिर लेट इट बी स्मॉल m. कैपिटल M को स्मॉल m कर देना बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ सिंगल मॉलिक्यूल हियर. यहाँ पर m ही है ना. हाँ, तो अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन चेंज. अगर कैपिटल M करोगे तो RT, कैपिटल M RT. स्मॉल m करोगे तो KT. आई थिंक सब में किया है मैंने. इसको M कर दो. इसको भी M कर दो. सो चेक कर लेना आप लोग. यही आ रहा है कि
slide is not visible.
Now, is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ जी, बोलिए.
Ma'am, in the previously derived formula for eta, if density will be high, eta will also be high, na?
Yes, that is what direct relationship means, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
If mean free path is less, eta will be high. If density is high, eta will be high. So same relation goes for eta and lambda also. If density is high, lambda will be less, right? क्योंकि ये रो जो है इधर आ जाएगा नीचे and lambda will be up. So rho and lambda are inversely proportional. Density ज़्यादा होगी तो mean free path will be less. The molecules will move lesser distance before they collide, before they make a second collision, right? That is how things go. But eta जो है is directly proportional to both of them. But lambda जो है even it has other factors also on which it depend upon, like sigma value है, it is collision cross section, how many molecules are there per unit volume and star, उस पे सब depend करता है lambda तो, right? Because it has been derived from these things only, collision which we did before. आ गया आप लोगों का ये final expression eta का same.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ये important है, okay? ये important है, and one more addition which I am telling you, which comes always associated with this question part is explain the effect of temperature on the viscosity of liquids and gases. ये दोनों साथ में आता है ये question. Liquid के केस में क्या है, when you increase the temperature, you can see that, अच्छा ये तो आगे भी आएगा, we can study later on also. In case of liquids, when you increase the temperature, thermal energy of the molecules increases, right? So there will be decrease in the intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules of two layers. So that's why when you increase temperature, viscosity will be decreased. ठीक है, वो ज़्यादा faster flow करने लग जाएगा the liquid, right? But in case of gas, that is a different factor works, right? That you can see from this. अच्छा, if we want to talk about how it is related to pressure, we can see no pressure term in this. Eta expression जो है doesn't contain any pressure term, so eta is independent of pressure, and it is found to be experimentally true also. Is independent of density. एक second. इसके according to density पे depend करना चाहिए, right? Density of the medium. But when we replace it with this, eta is independent of density लिखा हुआ है. Let me check this one, okay बच्चे? Even to be honest, I'm not clear about this. Why he's saying this? Actually, इस expression के according density term is not coming up, but still according to that density is there. So इसको let me check this one, okay? I'll tell you in the next class. ये वाला density factor जो है, this, इसको red mark करके रखना. I'll explain to you in the next class, okay? ये वाला term जो है, statement. अच्छा, from this expression, eta is directly proportional to t root over t, ठीक है? इसका मतलब, but it is experimentally observed. Experimentally, when we perform this experiment, observe that eta का proportionality जो है with temperature, ये instead of 1/2, it is found to be somewhat close to 0.7. इसका reason है, देखो, the reason may be the cross-sectional diameter becomes smaller at higher temperatures due to the increased penetration of the potential energy barrier by gas molecules to higher velocities. क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो एक सिग्मा टर्म आ रहा है ना ईटा के एक्सप्रेशन में नीचे डिनोमिनेटर में सिग्मा इज द कोलिशन क्रॉस सेक्शन, राइट? When we talk about when we increase the temperature, what will happen? When we increase the temperature, the molecules start moving very fast, right? So sometimes what happens is they can even penetrate the potential. को एक molecule को दूसरे molecule से मतलब collide करने के लिए it has to overcome the potential energy barrier which surrounds it, right? So sometimes it happens that when the temperature is high, it goes inside the potential energy barrier even. ठीक है? So that's why sigma जो है, जो हमने लिया था sigma expression, sigma value, in case of higher temperature, sigma value may become smaller in case of higher temperature. So that's why T का factor जो है raised to the power half, experimentally observed value जो है, it is sometimes 0.7. But ये experiment जो है ऐसा नहीं कि it can be easily performed in the lab. These are complicated experiments to perform. ठीक है? But they have, the scientists have done it. They have found ways out. So in that case, they have found a dependence to be T raised to power 0.7, not exactly exactly half. But it may happen that when we perform the experiment not at very high temperatures, low temperature, it may come to be very close to eta this thing also. Okay, so this is also correct. I'm not saying it is not, it is wrong. So this is all about viscosity of gases. I don't know whether we'll be able to complete the next part or not. ठीक है बच्चे? Only a small topic is left, which is a calculation of heat capacities of various gases, which is very easy, which you will find it very easy. थोड़ा सा मैं hint देती हूँ आप लोगों को और आप लोग complete कर लेना. अच्छा, one thing I want to ask you is, whatever homework, I think I have given so far 3 homework, right? One is the root mean square velocity, जो आप लोगों ने, I think except for 1, 2, 3 of you, nobody has tried it, जो कि मैंने सॉल्व करके दे दिया बाद में. अनदर वाज, उसके पहले भी एक और दिया था आई थिंक खुद करने के लिए. व्हाट वाज दैट?
एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ
नहीं, उसके बाद इफेक्ट ऑफ टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर ऑन दिस मॉलिक्यूलर कोलिशन. ये दिस वाज द सेकंड होमवर्क, राइट? आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव डन इट. कितनों ने किया है, नहीं किया है? इम्पोर्टेंट बताया मैंने. आई टोल्ड यू दैट वाज इम्पोर्टेंट.
यस मैम किया था, मैं आपने बताया.
यस मैम, डन
है ना? You should be honest enough. It should be done. It is for your own good only, not for mine. ठीक है? Please do it.
Yes.
That is, I think those are only 2 homeworks I have given so far. ठीक है? So and I have covered all of your syllabus. Only thing left is this heat capacity of gases molecules. इसमें ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगाएंगे because आगे जो एक्सप्रेशन हम यूज करने वाले, that is we have already done before. ठीक है? बस 1-2 कॉन्सेप्ट इसमें लगाने हैं एक्स्ट्रा. ठीक है? Somebody is in your